Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, main proprietor of the Tenkars Tavern blog. So, what do we got here? Well, this was up on X earlier today. The internet's ablaze. Someone named Grums, D&D creators Gygax and others are erased and slandered at the same time. They weren't erased. And slandering, I would say, were they taken out of time and place, and were moral values from 2020s placed on people that were creating stuff 50 years ago? Certainly. Watsy and Hasbro just released a new player's handbook and the Dungeon Master's Guide, as well as the 40th, 50th anniversary making of the D&D book. By the way, it's on Amazon. It's half off. Whose foreword slams the original creators and attempts to distance themselves. I spoke with one of the original creators, Rob Kuntz, about the problem. And then it, highlights. Listen, the passage is not a great passage. My understanding is that the author of this book, John Peterson, did not write this passage. That this was added after John submitted his final draft, the way you want to call it. So we can guesstimate that it was Jason Tondro or similar who edited this, because Jason talked about it on his video. I'm not going to get into the politics of the following here because Elon Musk made a comment. Nobody, and I mean nobody, gets to trash Gary Gygax and the geniuses who created Dungeons and Dragons. What the fuck is wrong with Hasbro and Watsy? May they burn in hell. So, take a step back. What does Elon's comment mean? Well, he's taken this personal, right? I would say there's people talking about, well, this means that Elon's going to buy Watsy. I don't know if that's true. I'm quite certain that Hasbro would ask for far more than the company is valued at. Or Elon's going to buy Dungeons and Dragons. Again, I don't know if that's true, but I am quite sure Hasbro/Watsy would charge more by far than the IP is currently valued at. But take it a step further. Who has money to burn? Elon. Who essentially was willing to burn money with the purchase of Twitter, now branded as X? Elon. Would this be a good investment? I don't think so. And I'm looking at this as the perspective of a, I'd like to say, realistic old school gamer. I think the best days of D&D as an IP is behind it. I'm not saying that the best days of role playing are behind it, or D&D as the generic term for role playing is behind it. I think those will continue to thrive. I think that Watsy, and not to get into social issues, just the quality of the work that they've done over the last couple of years compared to third party publishers, they've essentially phoned it in. Okay. And that's not good for your IP. Uh, I'm hearing that the player's handbook sold quite well, and the DMG is not reaching its, uh, I don't know, sales numbers that were projected. The reality is that D&D, as a $1 billion property, which is what Watsy has a goal of, is probably not realistic, even with the pivot to digital. Could it happen? anything can happen. I don't think that's going to happen. Now, were Elon to say, "Hey, I've got $1 billion to piss away on the D&D brand. Let me piss it away and buy the D&D brand and the IP." Is it going to make the current IP any better? No. Would he? We don't even know what Elon's favorite edition of D&D is. Sure. All right. He has knowledge. And folks, let's take this. Elon is socially awkward and pretty much a genius and somebody that walks to his own dance music, literally. Um, he's a typical what you'd expect from D&D player. He's a little bit older than maybe the current generation of D&D players. But he's not my age. He's certainly younger than that. And his view of older editions of D&D is probably colored by his own experiences. My own experiences were very good. It doesn't mean that it's profitable. Now, if Elon bought the property, we would probably see a sixth edition. But then again, you would probably see your AI DM and I don't know, adventure creation happen even that much sooner. Twitter has its own AI. They're pushing it. All these companies are pushing AI. Even Hasbro is. So Elon picking up the property wouldn't necessarily save D&D. Also, I think that what Elon has on his plate for the next year or 2 or 4 is probably going to preoccupy him. So if he bought this, he'd have to literally hand off the property to somebody under him. He would not be taking hands on this as much as some people might like to see. I don't. Again, maybe his favorite edition was 4E. Is that the future of D&D that I want to see? So at this point, I just find it interesting that somebody, the richest man in the world, is a D&D player, most apparently from this, or at least was, and is taking an interest in it. What does that mean for the future of D&D? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just an interesting little tidbit. But on that note, let me know what you think. Would D&D be better under the guidance of Elon Musk? Would Twitter become the new VTT platform? Sorry, X, to some extent. Um, would this mass exodus of people from the gaming sphere from X to Blue Sky suddenly reverse, or would it just expedite? Would D&D itself as a brand suffer because of the number of people leaving from X to Blue Sky? These are interesting questions. I don't have the answer to them, but I'd like to hear your theories. Folks, tonight, 8 p.m., Rach and I, Gamers Health, we'll do a live stream. Hopefully, we'll see you there. Be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice, roll them well. Back again tonight, 8 p.m. God bless. Be good. I'll catch you later.